When I did my OB rotation, clinical rotation, my first year, we went to the hospital that I'm working at now. First day there, I had worked with a midwife and had a Hispanic patient. We were holding their legs. You know, I had another student with me, and I went to leave. The midwife said, "Oh, I need something or another from out of the room." I went to go get it, and the patient grabbed my hand and didn't want me to leave. She didn't know who I was. I was just a student. And the midwife said, and we pushed for a long time, and afterwards she did deliver vaginally. And the midwife said, "You know, if you weren't there, she may not have done it." And I was like, this is, I knew right then that, yes, I'm right, this is what I need to do. And I've stuck with it, you know, the whole time after that.
I remember as a very young nurse, the very first time in the delivery room when I was the nurse that was there to take care of the baby, and we were very short-staffed, and I was fairly brand new, not dangerously new, but somewhat new. And they sent me to the delivery room to take care of this baby who was not supposed to have any trouble by myself for the very first time. And so it was a C-section, and the baby was born, and the baby came over to the warmer, and the baby was blue and limp and not breathing, and absolutely not what we had expected. And so I did my basic NRP, like, you know, suctioned and positioned and stimulated, and the baby still didn't come around. And I saw the anesthesiologist watching me from the head of the mother's bed. He got up and started walking towards me as if I needed help. And I put the mask on the baby's face, and I started giving the baby positive pressure ventilation, and I saw the baby's little chest rise, and it was the very first time I had ever ventilated a real baby and not a mannequin. And I saw the chest going up and down, and I'm thinking, oh my God, it actually works. After you do that one time, you know that it works and that you can do it. It's a huge confidence builder.
I unswaddled her and laid her on my scale, and she just sort of laid there. And sometimes that can be normal if a baby's really overly full, they just had a big feeding. And she wasn't overly floppy or lethargic, but it just gave me a funny feeling. So I weighed the baby, the weight was normal, vital signs and every other assessment was normal, color was good. Handed the baby back to the mom and was talking to her, and in talking to her I said, "When did you last feed her?" And she said, "Oh, about 3 hours ago." So I asked her if I could see the baby again, and I opened up the blanket, and she just opened up her arms again in this sort of relaxed thing. And all my red flags went off. And so I called one of our physicians on call, and I said, "I'm really concerned. There's nothing except she's just not quite as tight and toned as I would expect." And I ended up calling an ambulance, going with the hospital to the mother, staying with her for the next 2 hours as her baby had a full workup and was near death in full sepsis. So the baby was eating, she was sucking, she was gaining weight well, vital signs were normal, but she was just a little more limp than she should be. And that baby's life was saved. She was in the hospital for just over a week, and she's alive and well today.